the Hollywood house parties in Sunset Hills. These niggas used to they would put on their lips, and then they would ask a girl if they could get a sip of her drink. And they would put the agent, they would rub it on the rim, and then when the girl would continue to drink her drink, she would ingest it, and the next thing you know, the bitch was numb and dead, and they got her in the tub, screw it in.
They want me to tell the total story. Okay, I'll finish it. So then what happens is they presented a bad contract, and you like, I'm not signing this shit. And they like, oh, you don't want to sign it?
And then they bring out the videotape.
Pop in the tape. Let me show you what this did last night. And you like, oh, shit, I'm going to sign this right now. I don't want nobody to see that. Bow wow. Okay, moving right along.
Oh!
Moving right along.
You made my husband walk away. I don't even know what to say.
Shout out to Snoop for handling that for Bow. But they should have got
Oh my God. You just turned. I don't even know if I'm old enough for this conversation anymore. I just became like a whole 3-year-old. I emotionally regress from what you just said.
She is here to correct any misinformation. Jaguar Wright is widely regarded as the RB equivalent of Cat Williams.
That's the beautiful thing about being the kind of honest I am. Because what I'm saying is true, because what I'm saying is backed up on honest to God, complete integrity, I can say something like that, let everybody be mad about it, and step the away. And let's see what reality say. It ain't my fault I be ahead of the curve. It really ain't my fault. I'm just operating in my principle. And then I heard about some of the troubles that came to your door. But if I'm correct, I want to say this while we on camera. When we finished the interview that day, didn't I give y'all some warnings about things that might happen?
Yeah.
Because of this interview.
Yeah.
Was I wrong?
No.
Oh, but was I right?
Yeah. Some of the things, the Tevin Campbell thing was interesting to me because we just hadn't heard from him, and he just kind of popped out of nowhere.
According to Wright, she is currently making alarming accusations regarding Jay-Z's alleged involvement in Diddy's freakouts. The friendship between the two extends much beyond just recording music together. So here's all the information you need to know. Jaguar disclosed that a number of artists in the field have encountered different forms of harassment, suggesting that people like Diddy, Shanks, and Jay-Z are jointly responsible for the suffering these men endure in order to further their goals of power and pleasure. She also suggested that most of these men fit the description of homophobic thugs.
Whoever was trying to knock me out, screw me in the tub, like I'm a dead person.
But wait a minute. I know why. Hollywood.
You just talking about this. I gotta light up my CBD.
Look, light up your CBD, but let me get this in. I know why Hollywood is so invested with the anal cavity, but I want to throw something at you. You tell me if this is true, right? It happens at a lot of parties. You're thinking about signing. I'm talking about the dudes, right? You go to this party. Let's say it's Cash Money. Okay. You go to this party. You get knocked out. Train ran on you in your ass. It's videotaped. You wake up. They say you gonna sign.
That's how they get them to put the dresses on.
Thank you. I knew
Hollywood is black male central.
And they all doing each other in the. It's.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Anybody has a vagina, but it's dominion. It's that final frontier.
They didn't all been in each other's, so they literally are all.
If that is true, wait a minute. If that is true, there's only one man to blame for it.
Chris Stokes, sorry.
You said Chris Strokes, and you right. You know what still trips me out? That if you go back to the MTV Cribs episode that they did with Chris.
Right.
And Marcus was there. Because Marcus was living there. Because he was Marcus's guardian. You remember that Cribs?
Yep.
It was an amazing apartment, but they only had one bedroom.
Yeah.
And they allowed that film to hit the television.
Like we were dumb.
What you got two grown-ass men, a young man and an older man, living in a one-bedroom apartment for where the Marcus sleep in the tub? They can't even sleep in the bed. They got to sleep on the couch. That's how comfortable that was. He didn't even bother to rent a 2-bedroom. So nobody would have suspicion.
Because that was his name.
I'm just saying, why would you live in a 1-bedroom apartment with the boy you a guardian of? Who's your artist? Who's making thousands of dollars a show, but don't got his own bedroom?
Going ahead, Jaguar said that in order to maintain control, music industry mogul like Diddy have created a harsh environment. She also said that many of them have bad relationships with their singers. Jaguar claimed to have witnessed this frightening aspect of the industry firsthand when on a work visit to a studio. But she did hint that this is just the beginning of the problem behind the scenes. Jaguar revealed that nobody is interested in nurturing talented musicians. Instead, they are searching for people who can meet their unique demands in exchange for money. This is the harsh reality, she said, where musicians must endure a variety of humiliating situations. In order to succeed, obviously things get even more complicated. When Wright, who has made it a point to expose the negative aspects of the music industry, claims in an interview that Diddy was encouraged and helped by well-known music executives Jay-Z and Clive Davis to be their friends and to find up incoming musicians for their Wright also asserted using mafia-like rules that Diddy's dominance in the industry is the consequence of the dread his parties instill and the backing he gets from Jay-Z. Jaguar also asserted that unsuspecting artists are coerced into signing contracts that imply they will take part in private affairs. She related an incident in which she witnessed Diddy acting suspiciously around Christopher Williams, implying that these kinds of behaviors were exchanged for contracts. Jaguar also raised concerns about the unexplained deaths of Uptown Records members, pointing to a pattern related to their objective of securing accurate biography fee of Diddy.
I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead.
What's it?
Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas. And then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning, gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game with people that you love, that you like, you know, there's too many coincidences.
Too many. You
honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too. And congratulations, young man. Run as fast as Cassie did.
Where is she having all of these details verified? John Deal, with the help of other well-known musicians, was correct to guess, according to Gene, Diddy has been actively involved in organizing well-known homosexual parties, where Hollywood's elite are reported to partake in more than just cocktails. Naturally, Diddy seems to be more than just a guest at these events. He actively looks for more attendees, giving the impression that these are invitation-only parties.
It all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff, and he's in the exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said plugs. And I was like, hey, yo, I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you can do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got to, I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store.
While Gene hasn't specifically mentioned Jay-Z, we all know who Diddy's closest business partner is, and where the party money is coming from. Gene also stated the interview that these events serve as a playground for Hollywood's elite, who are well known and have the resources to pay hefty fees for access to the most unusual events in the area, enabling them to indulge in their wildest and darkest fantasies. However, John painted a startling picture of Turkish baths as a regular spot for gay men to meet in secret. He suggested that these exchanges are more than just hot baths because of Diddy's ability to arrange things. Rather, they are part of a supposed network where these guys meet up for sex and secretly with Diddy, and most likely Jay-Z.
I knew I used to wait outside of Turkish baths for them. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together. To each his own, though, bruh. But that's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people and they meet them at the Turkish bath and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. So they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath.
Add that Gandel confirmed to the fact that Shan CS coerced Cassie Ventura into having sex with other men as he observed her being sexually assaulted, and in some cases even her, since Wright has already provided the necessary documentation. We can now be certain that this is the case.
We shouldn't be laughing about that, man, you know, because she is a victim. You know what I'm saying? She is a victim, man, and if this is her victim story, we got to be more, I think, more compassionate. She was 17 years old at the time. She was fascinated by that whole thing, getting on a G4, G5 jet. You understand? And what was her parents, man? What was her daddy, her mama? They didn't miss their child. She didn't come home that night. But what you trying to do? So to say that what he's being known for with Cassie, I can only equate to some of the things that I seen him and Kim go through. You understand what I'm saying? So people get mad, but it is what it is. I can only equate his actions like that.
Crazy.
And then there was Kim Porter's death in 2023, which Jay helped arrange. A lot of people were shocked by Kim Porter's passing, especially Shy Diddy Combs, her ex-partner with whom she had 3 children. Yes, Diddy's involvement is questionable.
I will advocate for you. Because, see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us.
Tell him, please, tell him.
And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you. And I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. I will advocate for you, but you are a victim. And I know that. Congratulations on surviving and congratulations on standing up. I'll advocate for you. F that pussy and his little dog.
Now you want to know what's crazy, Jaguar?
What?
I was, and I can just say it now because I'm not gonna do it. So why not just talk about it now? I had an offer to go over there to Revolt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep, I had an offer. They've been watching, and I was told that, hey, I can have you in a room with Puff tomorrow. And that just sounded crazy to me. That just like you can have me in a room with him tomorrow. Like what? Excuse me.
Like it's the grandest honor on earth.
Given that Porter was committed to Diddy and supported him through all of their highs and lows, the actress and model died from lobar pneumonia at the age of 47 after engaging in a protracted and violent relationship with the producer and rapper. Many others wondered why he never asked her to marry. And some speculated that he was too focused on his career and other women, or that he was afraid of being committed. Few others accused him of abusing Porter, both physically and psychologically, citing allegations made by his former security guard, Jing Deal.
Even if they call me about the abuse with Kim, they say, yo, Gene, did you see him beat Kim? I said, on that particular case, no. Have I seen him rough Kim up and use the pillow? He liked to play fight and be hurting the girls while he play fight. Have I seen him do that? Yeah, I've seen him done that. You understand? And I've asked him, you all right, you good? Y'all good? And she just look and stuff, he'll stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like a big uncle one time. So now, when he get to the hospital, his right wrist is ripped open. So, Mr. Dill, when you got to the hospital, what happened? Well, I seen his wrist ripped up. I would testify that I seen his wrist wrapped up in a T-shirt, and he said it right there in front of Kim. You know what I'm saying? That, you could have killed him because she hit an artery. You understand? And I would tell how I saw how Kim looked, and I would testify to everything if I was told to. If I was brought in to testify against that. You understand? I'm not going to sit there and wait in jail for him. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
So you don't have no problem testifying?
I have no problem sitting in the court of law doing my due diligence and testifying on stuff that I already spoke of on the internet. When I talked about him, Kim, and she had to cut his wrist to get him off of him, I would tell what I saw when I went to the hospital. I have no problem. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody think. If I've already said it on the internet, if I've already said it on different platforms and programs,